Spot the continuity error. I forgot to do this. Day one of making the ultimate recovery slash mobile vehicle. Right, bit of a continuity error, as you can see. I should have done this at the beginning of the day rather than the end of the day, but I've been told I am mad doing what I'm doing. Brian especially says I should just leave it, but I'm going to make this the best recovery slash mobile van there is. We're going to make it bright, we're going to make lights on it, we're going to do absolutely everything, because at the end of the day, this is my new shop front. When I drive down someone's road, it has to look nice, and believe me, it's going to look nice. I'm going to try and speak to a few companies with all the lights and stuff on the bottom and the top and do everything, but it's going to look awesome. Hello and welcome to a proper shed. Now in my friend's place, and over the next few days, because we've only got a few days to do it because he's literally on holiday at the minute, and as you can see it's completely empty, so I've got to get this rubbed down, sprayed, filled, colour change, bumpers change colour, everything before he gets back. So, got my work cut out. Sean is helping me, but we are going to change the colour of this bad boy. You will see it in, I don't know how many videos it's going to take, but we'll kind of go through it quickly. So, there's a few things we've got to do. Take the stickers off. Now, this is diamond grade reflective, which is an absolute nightmare to take off. If you're going to put this on your vehicles, you want to put vinyl underneath it, normal vinyl, then stick this on top of the vinyl. It's a lot easier to get off. Even if you heat this up with heaters, it's still a nightmare to take off. Take the stickers off the side. We have a small repair here. It's not too bad. The van is actually in really good shape, so we have a small repair there, and a small repair there. Maybe it doesn't look bad, but I'm just going to do it anyway, just because why not? All these plastics are going to be colour coded, all of them along there. The mirrors are staying the same, the door handles are staying the same. This is going to be colour coded. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with them yet. I think I'm going to leave them as well. Again, all the stickers have to be taken off the back. That is not my number, by the way. That's why I've half taken it off, because it's not my number, so don't even try and ring that number. Even though there's not enough digits there, it's not my number. Then the stickers on the side, and the only other little bit of damage is it's slightly got pushed in there. You see where it's kind of been glued on. So we're just going to pull that dent out a little bit. Again, not going to go mental, because I've only got a few days to do it, and you know, at the end of the day it's still a work van, but I want it to look professional when it comes down someone's driveway. Getting alloys for it as well. I'm going to try and get all the lights and stuff. I'm going to speak to a few companies and try and get some lights and stuff and see, you know, if they can help me out, because I'm not going to be able to do it all on my own. So hopefully there's a couple of companies out there that might want to help me get a bit of, you know, advertisement with their products as well, because hey, why not? And so yeah, that's what we're going to do. It's going to look completely different soon. So we're now going to get stripping. I'm going to set up a camera for a bit of a time lapse, and we're going to get stripping sorted. Someone thought it would be a good idea with this line in here just to cake it full of fillers, which really don't understand why. We're going to get the stud gun on that now and pull that out. A little bit of fillers is going to be needed, but nowhere near as much as what they put on. You can see how much I've grinded off. Oh look, two perfect rings. Ah, how did they form? Isn't that weird? Wow. You can see what I'm doing. This is the dent here. I got this stud gun I brought mine with me, but the wrong connection's here, and this one's a better one anyway. So it just welds to the car and it pulls. There's a slide hammer on it here. So this part welds to the body of the car. This is then the slide hammer, and it allows me, as you can see, hopefully the camera, my finger will fit in that dent, and here it's reasonably level. Now there's still a bit of work to do. Obviously I've got to finish it and stuff, but this will actually get 98% of the dent out. The longer you spend with it, the more time I could maybe get it 100%, but we're just going to get 98% and put a little bit of skimmer fillers on, and it's going to be sound. Right, you can actually see now we've got, say, 90% of that dent out, maybe 90, just over 90%. So this is all now time. So do I spend another couple of hours and get this perfect for this van? No point. If I was doing it for a classic car restoration, yes. So what I can quickly do now is just rub down this, spot it in a few more places, just pull out some more of the dents, and a thin coat of fillers is going to be fine. A hell of a lot less that was on it before, and yeah, it's not going to crack, it's not going to do anything. Sorted. Right, we've got it more or less as good as we're going to need for this. There's loads of tricks I can show you. You know, as like you could put a guide coat on this and rub it down and see the high and low spots. You know, again, if it's for something really important, you can kind of do that and you can see the air going through it. Then as you can see, we are pretty much good here. You know, with a few low spots, but nothing major. And you know, with the likes of this, a bit of guide coat, see your high and low spots. Again, for more of a classic expensive car, but again, you can literally pull this out in a few minutes, or then you can literally spend 5 or 6 hours getting this perfect. And again, for this vehicle, there is no point me doing that. For a classic vehicle, I would, and that's why this is where paint and everything can kind of get complicated, because you can literally do a quick job on this. And believe me, the job I'm going to do on this, it's a quick job, and it's still going to be absolutely perfect. There's just going to be a little bit more fillers on here than what I would put on a classic car. But it's, again, you know, it's going to be absolutely perfect. But you can see how well we've got that out now. A few little low spots, tap with the hammer for the high spots, and we're good to go. Some quite bad damage. We've lost the definition of the line here. Again, you won't really notice it once my new stickers and everything go on it, but still, I'm here now. I might as well do something quickly with it. You can't really, you see this line here, and then it disappears. It should come down, and then it should come along here, and then you can just see it come back again. So we've lost all that definition in the middle. Actually really glad I'm doing this now, not to make it obviously look better, but I mean that fillers is as thick as my finger there, which is just ridiculous. But not only this paint is still wet, water is coming out of here. Look at this, water is actually coming out of here. This was just repaired very, very badly, and even if I just sanded this down and didn't bother repairing this, my paint wouldn't stick to this properly, and it would just come off eventually and look horrible. So this is going to be the most damage, because you can just see just how much fillers is in there. The camera's not really showing it, but believe me, it's as thick as my finger. The damage actually isn't too bad. There's just a huge dent here. Obviously we've lost the definition because of the dent here, but I mean, it's just the size of a golf ball really. Everything else is a little bit of a dent here, but we'll get that out. Obviously there's a dent here, but the major damage is here, and that's what's pushed all that back. There was a lot of fillers on there just for a little. To be honest, I was expecting all this to be gone, but it wasn't, which is good for me. So same thing again, stud gun, pull all this out. Right, hopefully you can see we're getting the definition back on this line. I'm not really too worried about this line, to be honest. It was more just because I knew there was a lot of fillers there, and lucky enough I didn't realise just how bad it was as regards the paint and stuff. So there's still got a few little dents here, but we're getting the line a little bit back. The dent is 80% out now. A little bit more work. Pulled out these two little dents here too. A little bit more work, skimmer fillers, and again, just working on, there's a couple of lines here that I just need to push back, because again, it's been pushed from the inside. And yeah, we'll then take off the stickers and completely do this panel, you know, with fillers and obviously undercoat and stuff. Right, you can see when it's good paint. When I come over to here, look at the levels here and all the jagged edges. This is where it's just literally been sprayed over and not keyed properly at all. And I cannot obviously spray over that whatsoever. So I'm going to have to remove all that bad paint before I can even begin to do anything. Using as a sanding block, because when you're doing a big area you can't use a DA, because especially with a really flat long area the DA will just cause too many ripples. So you can see this is just the first fillers, but the shape is more or less perfect now. There's still a few pinholes and stuff. I got to put some special fillers over the top, some finishing fillers, but the camera won't really show this, but you can see the shape of that now is perfect. And again, if I was using a DA, it would just look like a wave. You'd no way you'd be able to get it flat. So that's why you use a big, huge sanding block. And it's all done by hand. All done by hand. Getting on so far, we're half a day in. Well, not really, because we didn't get here till like 11:30, but anyway. I've set up the camera to do kind of a time lapse, but it's just going through batteries and cards because it's just set up for hours. Anyway, we'll get some sort of time lapse done. So all the stickers are now off apart from this side because I'm working there. So Sean's got all the stickers off. I'm just finishing the filling work. Shouldn't be too much longer with all the filling work. So all the stickers are off. Sean is now in the process of taking off the mirror and all the plastics. We still have a dent here that I've got to sort out, but that's, again, I'm not going to be able to get that today, but hopefully we can get all the plastics off today. You know, the mirrors, door handles, they're staying the same colour. All the plastics at the bottom are going the same colour as the van. I'm not going to say the colour yet. The front bumper's going the same colour. As you can see, we've got all the stickers off the front. So we are getting there. Slowly but surely, we are getting there. When you're taking any vinyl off a vehicle, always pull it at an angle. Don't try and pull it straight. Always pull it at an angle and come close to the vehicle and try and pull it at, rather than having the vinyl sticking out this way, try and pull it at an angle and close to the vehicle. Believe me, it'll come off a lot easier. This diamond grade stuff is a nightmare to take off. It's actually coming off really easy. Once you heat it up, you can see it's coming off. If you look down here, if you don't heat it off, it comes off in little bits. Now we have to try and get all them little bits off separately, which is annoying. So, heat gun. Be very, very careful and slowly. Don't try and be too greedy. Heat it up. A little bit at a time. You can see it is doing little bits like there and there, but that's not to worry. Heat it up. See, I was getting greedy there. And there we go. These bits were my fault because I was just trying to get too greedy, not heating it up. But yeah, so it's come off. We'll obviously have to sand them down separately. So that's how you take vinyl off the vehicle. It's just this stuff is a nightmare to take off. Right, this stuff is a nightmare to get off. So we've got special cleaner on it, and I'm just going to get Sean to hold the camera. And what we need to do is, you see these glue lines, they can be difficult to get off. Now there is special plastic knives. I don't have one here. I have them in my place, but I don't have them here. And this is a slightly blunt blade, which is good. And at a 45-degree angle, come around here, Sean. We get it at a 45-degree angle, blunt blade, very, very carefully. And as you can see, I'm not damaging the paint. Look how much it has brought it off. And then you can spray your stuff on it again, it will soak into the new stuff and it stops it spreading it all around. Very, very easy. Right, we have this done. Camera's not going to show it off, and especially in filler you're never going to see, but believe me, that is as smooth as you like. And there's hardly any fillers really in there. There really isn't, but hopefully you can see the curve. Look at that, no light. Look at that, people, absolutely perfect. We got the curve lovely. We're in the process of doing this. You can see I've got the line back. It's not finished yet, but as you can see I have got the line back. There was a few little dents there, so we'll just kind of do that at the same time. There's a few more little dents here, there and everywhere, but I'm not going to really do it on the van. It's just this side. And there's a kind of a big dent there on the far side, which I'm going to do. But as you can see, a couple more hours, I will have this done, and then I'm going to undercoat all this, and so there's no hard lines or anything. So yeah, as you can see, look, I build the line up a funny way. Every garage I've ever been to when I work in them, they always say I'm building the line up wrong. I moved the line down. It's hard to explain, but I'll hopefully be able to show that in another video. But as you can see, it works perfectly and it doesn't take any longer. If anything, I think my way is quicker. It just looks weird as you're doing it, but as you can see, nothing wrong with that line. I've lost it a little bit in the middle, which has got to fill it out, but it's 90% there, and it was 100% gone, so we're getting there. Ah, look at that. Obviously you can't see, but it's smooth. But what you can see is you can see that line is back perfectly now. It's too sharp. I have to smooth it off a little bit, but I'm going to do that with 320. But what I have to do now is put a skim of finishing fillers all the way over this, because there's going to be a few little you know, a few little bubbles, well not bubbles, but a few little you know, holes and stuff in it, and pinholes, and it's going to fill it nice, and it's going to be sorted. Like I said, I'm only quickly doing this. This is not like what I would be if I were restoring, you know, a car, or fixing even kind of a newer car. This is just to take the bad look off it, because literally to do this quickly or to do it kind of properly, you know, there could be a couple of days in the difference. So it is what it is. But that line is perfect. I can assure you, no one's gonna know any difference. This then is all done up here too. Lovely. Right, the same person that painted and repaired this obviously did the other side. You can see already the paint is just really weird running. Yeah, it's not actually too bad. When I put this panel back, you can see there is a bit of a gap, but it really isn't too bad. So we're gonna, first thing I'm gonna do is take all this out, see, because this is all fillers here, and again I don't like it. I'm gonna pull it out and just put a little bit of fillers in, not as much as what I think is in here. And once I've got all that cleaned back, I'll show you what it looks like. To the edge of the repair, and what I can't work out about this is there's a lot of fillers there for a start, but it still was dented in. So not only did they actually fill it, it was still dented in. So like, what's the point of putting way too much filler in and not actually doing it properly? I mean, well, putting too much filler in, you're not doing it properly anyway. So we're out to the edge of the repair, but you can see again, half the thickness of my finger. This is all fillers. So we're gonna do it properly. We're gonna push it all out, put a skim of fillers on, very light skim, and then paint it. Lovely. What's actually happened is the metal is stretched and I need a shrinker, and I haven't got a shrinker with me, and I don't know if there's one here. So I'm working the metal with the spot gun and the hammer, and I'm actually, the spot gun will actually shrink it a little bit because the heat is what shrinks it, but I'm working the metal. Again, I just don't have time to show it in a full video because I really need someone else filming me to do it, because it's going to take, you know, a while doing it. So I'm working the metal. I've got it more or less pulled out. You can see by this now, and that goes in. You can see there isn't really a gap now anymore. So I've got it more or less pushed out, but we've still got this here to deal with. So I'm just working the metal. We've got a low spot here, a low spot here, a few high spots. So I'm just working the metal, and I will eventually get it kind of right. Hopefully I got it on camera before, but this was really weak and just pushing back in, and now you can see it's really a lot stronger. I'm pushing really hard on there. Remember, this is a panel van after all, so a bit more work. Still got a few low spots, but you can see where the spot weld has been pulling it out, because it's not just the main damage was here and here, but that's 2% of the actual problem, because once it pushes in here it bulges out other places and it stretches, it does all sorts. So it just takes time working it. How do you feel, Sean, taking your first bumper off? How do you feel about taking your first bumper off? We're getting there. So, I've got all that pulled out. I just need to fill that, sand it. We've got all the stickers off, all the side panels this side. Sean's just taking the front bumper off. We have the side panels kind of half taken off in this one. I've still got to do the little bit of filling there. And yeah, we're getting there. I'll skimmer fillers across the bottom. Just got to put a bit of finishing fillers across the top. Another sand down, and that's done. Sorted. Then I started rubbing down that panel. We've got more stripped off the back. I've done some time lapse, but again, just with the way the camera batteries are going and even big memory cards, I've got, you know, 5 or 6 128 gig memory cards and filming at 4K. Anyway, look, doesn't matter. We've done some time lapse. So we've got all that stripped at the back. We have the front stripped off. We've done all this in a day. We've still got an hour left, so I'm gonna get the filling done. Get that filling done today. And all that's done. All that's done, all filled, ready to be etch primed and primered and painted and blah 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 blah. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have all the plastics off, we'll have all the door handles and everything off, and we'll have the van rubbed down, ready to paint. Yes, I said ready to paint. That's the plan for tomorrow. Then we can do all the side panels, get all them done tomorrow as well, because they've got to be plastic primed before they're painted. Right, end of day one. What have we done? All the back is stripped, apart from the door handle and the rear light. So in fact, Leon, all the back isn't stripped. I've repaired the top here, look at that. Absolutely bloody perfect. This is just etch primer because I exposed some metal. Right, I've also repaired the bottom, as you can see. Look at that line. How beautiful is that line? It wasn't there before, if you remember at the beginning of the day. Again, that's just etch primer because I exposed some metal. So it looks like I've hit that plastic bit, but I haven't. It's just the way the light is. So what else have we done? We have took all the stickers off. The front's been removed. So the front bumper, headlights, front grille, all that has been removed. This is all the stuff that's for the back, that's the front bumper, and all that's been removed. All the stickers at the front have been removed. Wing mirror this side, all the plastics, and I'm very, very close to finishing this. Haven't finished it yet, but I'm very, very close. My lift is here now. So that's nearly finished. Finish that tomorrow. So hopefully by the end of the day tomorrow, that's going to be finished. All the van is going to be rubbed down, and all the bits are going to be taken off. Ready to paint. Sorted. So as always, look, end of day one. Hope it helps. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. Don't forget, links up here, links down below. But most importantly, don't forget, get your hands dirty. See you for the next one. Sorted.